What's going on, guys? So today I have my iPad Pro and we got a new piece of software, meaning a new app for the iPad Pro. It is Final Cut Pro, and I don't know where it is because I just recently installed it. It's right here. So Final Cut Pro, this is the M2 iPad Pro, 2 terabyte. I'm actually selling this if anyone is interested. But right now, I believe it's supposed to be optimized. I didn't really look too into that, but I believe it can take advantage of the M4 chip. I am not positive, so don't quote me. But regardless, it runs perfectly fine, just like everything does. DaVinci Resolve, LumaFusion on the M2, and the M4 doesn't seem too much different, honestly, other than the little camera being located over here, which I digress. So we're going to go into Final Cut Pro, and we're going to kind of just take a peek at it. So right now I did a little project just to kind of see. We got our settings, the duration, the resolution, SDR, 30 frames per second. And we have over here, download demo project. So I can download it. I didn't do it when you opened up the first app or when you opened up the app for the first time, but it's downloading right now. I got fiber optic, so it should be pretty quick. But let me first talk to you, because when you first open up the app, it will give you two things. So you're going to have this, which says Final Cut Pro for the iPad, confirm what button, and now we have we get 1 month free, which is nice, and then it's $49 per year, which is not that big of a deal. So basically 50 bucks a year, and we get 1 month free. So I went ahead and did it, of course. And that's what we're going to have. So we try monthly, 1 month free, then $4.99 a month, or try yearly, 1 month free, then $49 a year. So just so you're aware, it is not free, even if you have Final Cut Pro and have that purchase for your desktop. So just be aware of that. Apple making more money. And we're going to go into, I think it's opened, so there's Lunar New Year. So again, we're going to see the duration. We're going to see the resolution. It's HDR, 30 frames per second. We can go in and hit edit, and we can take a look at what's going on. So this is a more extensive project with clips and intro. I didn't really even look at this, but we can see
I remember the last time I got to celebrate Lunar New Year in the Bay.
A little bit about what's going on.
Finally home. Lunar New Year symbolizes the beginning.
So personally, with playing with this a little bit, my opinion so far is it feels like an iMovie on steroids. It does not feel like a DaVinci Resolve. It doesn't even feel like a LumaFusion. It feels less than that, in my opinion. But let's go ahead and just play with something like a new project. I don't want to watch what they're doing. If we're going ahead and starting a project, we're going to go ahead and do this, hit New Project, boom. We'll give the project a name. We'll do Test Run YouTube edit or tutorial. Oop, did not want caps on. Tutorial. Come on, I can spell. Okay. Format automatic, we'll keep that. Storage, we're going to keep it on the iPad, and this is great for having a large capacity, but you can now choose a location like an external SSD or something if you want to. So just be mindful of that. That's pretty cool. But we're going to keep it right now. Storage. Oh, come on. What are you doing? Oh, that's weird. So let me go over here. So little glitches, apparently. We're going to cancel out of that, and we're going to try that again. That was very glitchy. Couldn't make that one up. So we'll just do, here, test tutorial. Format automatic, location, Final Cut for iPad, boom, continue. And we're going to import from photos, so we can choose where we want to import some files. So say I want to import something like, I don't know. Oop. This was for my last trip to Washington. Maybe we can do a little video of some water, a little video of a wave, a little mini river wave. We can import that, and maybe a waterfall. So we're going to add those clips. Boom. They are now in our project media area. So that's good. We got those over there. So right now we have our viewer right in this area. We have our timeline down here. So let me go over here. And then we have the browser. So browser, right? Viewer, and then timeline. So we can see we have the clips. We got a water clip. We can play it over here. Really pretty. And I'm going to show you, we can just drag this guy in to there. Oop, there's a gap. I don't know why that did that. We can just delete. So let's go ahead and look. We have our timeline. We have inspect. So this is basically color conversion, automatic, opacity of the clip. So we can play around with that. Clip speed, we can go ahead and change that here. We can go ahead and add a Ken Burns effect, do a little different cropping and stuff in here. Volume, fade in and out. So we have this kind of stuff, audio effects. So just be aware that the inspect panel is something that we need to be familiar with. We have volume, so we have volume controls and a meter over on this side, on the right side. Let me turn it up a little bit. Maybe it needs to be increased a little bit. Pretty. We can see right now, let's see what we can try to find out what. So it says 60 frames a second. So we can go ahead and maybe slow it down. So let's slow down the clip speed 50%, right? Okay, done. So now we don't want the audio, right? Because here, I think we can go ahead and drag this down and make this larger. There we go. So we can grab right over here these little hamburger lines, and that's as big as we can make that. So what can we do with the volume? So volume here, I think we could just mute it. I don't know if there's a way to detach the audio yet, but here we got a nice little visual. We can maybe do like a title. So let's just go ahead here. I'm kind of jumping all over, but I want to show you guys essentially if you're looking at this for the first time. So inspect, we have these kinds of things. Mind you, I only downloaded this yesterday, so I'm just trying to give you a little glimpse of my input and my experience so far. So we have the volume, so we can maybe fade in if we had something, but we're not going to worry about that yet. We can go ahead and click over here. This is going to give us our little project media area. And what we should try to do, which I do usually, is bring in some audio. So let's go ahead and get audio and figure out where that is. So where are you, audio? So this is going to be import button, right? So this is the import button. We'll go from top menu bar area. This is multicam and pro camera to record video. I haven't messed around with that, so I don't know much about that. This is going to be in order to record a voiceover, I believe, but I'm not going to mess around with that right now. You could actually draw, say you want to say like, aloha. And then what it will do is do a little live drawing, which is kind of cool, but we don't want that. So I'm going to undo over here. This is undo and redo. And this is going to be to export. So we're going to export video, audio only, blah, blah, blah. So this is import, camera recording, audio recording, little play around with the live drawing, which is kind of cool, and export. And then undo, redo, right? Yeah. Wait, let me see. Yeah, redo, undo. Redo to the right, undo to the left. Then here we have, I think this is where you can transfer projects to the desktop version, but I don't know much about that. Over here, it's going to show you our project media area. This is going to be the area where we can add effects, transitions, titles, graphic and generator, and soundtrack. So let's go ahead and get some music. So let me see. Chill maybe? Let's see this. So there's two chill. We don't want epic. We don't want gritty. How about lo-fi? You can download them, or you have to download them. So I guess this is their answer to some royalty-free music. Again, it feels like an iMovie on steroids. Moody. Let's see what this is. Can you hear that? Playful, quirky. So let's do something reflective, because that's kind of a meditative thing. I don't know where the track is to like scroll through. Let's see what this one is. Well, let's drag this one. So what we can do, I don't know if there's a way to actually get it in there other than dragging with the pencil or your finger. We're going to put it over there. Oop. Undo that. And let me see. So what do we need to do? We need to add a transition. So we're going to go back and let's get a transition in there, cross dissolve or something. So cross dissolve. Whoop. Boom. There. So we've now got a little cross dissolve, as you could kind of see. There's a little black area. We can hit volume. We can see it's not clipping on the right. So the volume seems to be pretty good. Now what would we need to do? We'd want to color grade, right? So color grading, there is no color wheels. I think the color grading side of it, I don't really know yet, but I think it's pretty limited to essentially effects that you can kind of tweak. So I can go in the hard light. No, that's not good. Hue, vibrancy. I think it's a bunch of effects. I don't think there's anything, unless I'm missing, that has real color grading abilities, unless I'm, again, missing something, which is totally possible. But let me see. Distort. No, we don't want to distort. These are more effects. Let's just go up and see something. Color adjustments. Okay, so let me see. Color adjustments. Whoop, where are you? That would make sense. But I don't see where we can actually, maybe in the inspect panel. No, no video effects. Tap plus to add color adjustments. Okay, so maybe this is it. Color adjustments. Okay, so this is new to me. I never even knew this existed. So we're going to turn this off, and we can go ahead and maybe let's increase the saturation a little bit. Maybe we can adjust the contrast a teeny bit. No. We'll undo. Let me see. Black point, maybe we'll lower that, make it a little more crunchy. Oh, we could change our warmth, our color temperature, cool it down a little bit. I like that. Yeah, so this is kind of it. So this is going to be essentially our color zone to do something. So let's disable, boom, enable. So let's go ahead and play that. Move the playhead. And I think full screen is right here. And it looks pretty good, right? Not too bad. Making sure I'm still screen recording. I am. And that's that. We could even maybe add a little Ken Burn. So we're going to go back over here. Remember, back over. Oh, come on. And then go here to the little transform area. And I think there's something called Crop Tools, Ken Burns, and then we have the ability just to add a little movement and a little something and a little effect. So mind you, that's where this is going to be. Ken Burns crop in this little inspect panel. So we'll go ahead and see, get a little something, and we'll cut it right here somehow. So where do we cut? Let's go ahead and get the inspect panel to go away. And I guess what we can do is, well, we could probably just do this. And if we go here, this is going to be snapping on, off, so it will snap if we have multiple clips to the actual end of the clip. This is going to be position on, off, so if we add multiple clips and we don't want the timeline to change, duration, that's what we're going to enable and keep on. So anyway, we're not going to get into all that, but let's go ahead and add another clip. So we're going to go ahead and enable this guy, and let's add a beautiful clip like this. Boom. Okay. So now I don't know how to add, say, the effect. Let me see if I can long press, copy. Okay, so that's good. Oh, this is not what I wanted to show. This is a different orientation. So I'm going to delete this clip. Delete from project. Yes, delete. And we'll get something else like, nope, this is wrong too. Okay, so we'll get this guy. And we're going to delete that one as well. Or let me see. Let me just go ahead and hit inspect. And we'll go over here and we'll change the position somehow. So we'll scale. I don't know if it should be able to scale here. Scale. There we go. Something like that, just for the kicks of the video. So this has audio on it. So I'm going to have to select that and drag the volume down. So let's see how this looks. Personally, it doesn't feel great. LumaFusion feels better and Resolve feels way better to me. So just so you know my initial thoughts. We're going to go over here. And where are you? No. Where is full screen? Okay, so we don't want that. So we're going to have to crop this. Okay, so move the playhead. There we go, just to that little wave. Okay, so we're gonna, oh, let's see if that worked. Okay, so there we go. Now the thing is too, since we cropped in on this, I want to see if there's a way to sharpen this footage. I don't know yet. Let's go ahead and play. So we're gonna go ahead and get into the inspect thing again, this little inspect area. I would imagine it's not going to be in audio. It would be an effect. So masks and keying, blur, distort, stylize. So I bet it's in stylize. No, it's not. Add noise, pixelate, distort, fisheye mirror, no. Blur, sharpen. Okay, so that's the opposite of blur. You'd think it would have a little sharpen area, but I get it. So that's not good, but maybe just a teeny bit just for the sake of this video, even though it's going to look like doo-doo. We'll go here, and we have the ability to at least sharpen it. So boom, we got sharpening. I'm not going to go into animate because I don't even know what that's about. I don't want to get into multicam, but I know you can do multicam, which I don't do often, so there's that. And volume, obviously we can adjust the audio and watch the levels and inspect. So inspect and volume, undo, this to show, this to show the project media is important. What else is there? I know there's, let's get rid of that. So we'll get rid of here. Let's cut this. Try to see where we can trim it. Okay. So right here, I'd want to trim it. So let me see if I can actually trim it by long pressing. Oh wait, maybe this? There we go. Okay, so that trimmed it. Now I can delete this and then add another clip. So we'll add this clip, which is really pretty. Drop it in there. And we can see how we do with copying. Whoop, let's copy the color on this. What did it do? Long press. Let me see with my finger. Interesting. I don't know. So we'll not even worry about copying, although we should be able to. Maybe I'm pressing in the wrong part. That's what she said. Okay, so you have to press on the top part, not the audio. Copy, and we're going to go over here. Press on the top part of the clip, I believe. Where are you? Interesting. Come on. So I'm trying the bottom part. Let's try bottom, try top. No, that didn't work. So undo that. So let's just go ahead and try to manually adjust the color. So color adjustments, boom. We're going to get rid of this to get full screen. We're going to drag it down a little bit more and we can just play around. Let's go ahead and increase saturation. Looks pretty. We don't need a lot. Maybe change the black point a little bit, make it a little bit richer. I don't know if we have any kind of scopes or anything. So there's that. There probably are, or there is probably something, but I'm not seeing it. It's a cool shot, isn't it? That was with the Pocket 3. So now we're going to go back over here. Oh, edit. I don't know what happened. Now I got to get the timeline. There we go. Timeline was hidden. So it's relatively intuitive, so you guys can see. I don't really love it compared to like the DaVinci Resolve for the iPad Pro. It feels far more pro than this Final Cut Pro. But you do have the ability to do stuff, and I'm sure it's kind of fun to play around with. I don't know if I would use it as a go-to, but I'm definitely going to play around with it just to see. Let me see. How do you move the clip? Okay, move that. So let's go ahead and see. We got this. Let's add a little title. So where do we add a title? Where is that? Inspect. Nope. Oh, nope. Edit. Select the clip. Inspect. Not there. Where is it? Is it over here? Okay, so over here, again, third from the top right, we're going to go into titles, and we'll just find one. We can do something simple, like a fade. There we go. Fade. So what are we going to do? We're going to double click where it says fade. Whoop, I think I moved something. And where do I... Nope, keep on... So where do I go ahead and... Let's see, that is selected. No? So that's selected. Okay, wait. This is where we go. So text, that was confusing. And we'll say River Zen. Okay, we'll change the font to something a little bit better. We will increase the size. And maybe, let's see. It's a little much. That's not super zen. Drop shadow, opacity, blur, distance, so we can do that. River zen. How do we change the opacity of the actual font? Maybe we can't. Let's see. Maybe we can do like a little different there, like something like that. Okay, let's see if it does a fade in to the text. Yeah, that's not bad. And then we can go where the music kind of changes. Grab that down. And then we got that. So we're just basically putting 3 clips in with the little title, with the little transition, with the audio, cropping, sharpening, color grading essentially. That to me is looking a little not so bright. So I'm gonna go ahead and change that a teeny bit. And I'm still kind of forgetting where everything is. So color conversion, where is it? It's over here. Color adjustments. We're going to expose it a little bit. And let's see. Boom. We'll go full screen. And it looks kind of cool. But we're able to do some different stuff to it. As you see, this is second day of using it, so this is a long video, I know, it's 27 minutes, but this is kind of how long it takes to do something like this and to figure out new software. So let's go ahead and just end it. Where's the track? Well, whatever. We don't need to do the whole thing. We can just stop right here. I think what we need to do to fade out is, no, not that. That? There. And it automatically fades out as you see the audio to the end, but I'm going to need to add a transition to the end. So I'm going to add a little cross dissolve. And then it should, in theory, let's see. Fade out music and then fade out the track. So essentially that's it. And I wanted to kind of show you a bit of everything just to get your feet wet essentially. And then what we need to do is export. So we can export here in the middle, video, we'll go default and include everything. We could do file type and blah, 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 export. And then we just put the pencil down and let it export. And I don't know, I didn't test yet if the M4 exports quicker than the M2, but what I've realized so far, testing both of the devices or both of the iPads, the M4 really doesn't seem to be much different at all in regards to any performance or any color. This is going to be a little less bright, I believe, than the M4. And again, just little stuff like that. So with that being said, we're going to export it. Let's wait 21 seconds, or 21%, I'm sorry. But I'm hoping this helps, guys, at least get you introduced to some of the controls in Final Cut Pro for the iPad Pro. If you guys enjoy this, even though it's a longer video, please subscribe. Let me know in the comments below. It's hard to do these really short because it needs to be kind of thorough. And again, I'm figuring this out for the first time. This is day 2 of even opening this app, as you kind of saw in the tutorial. So I want to let you know how intuitive it is. And it isn't that not intuitive, if that actually makes sense. It's not intuitive. It just isn't as seamless as like a DaVinci Resolve. DaVinci Resolve feels super professional, super polished. This feels polished, but it doesn't feel as good as DaVinci Resolve or LumaFusion for that example either. I'll probably play with this and use it on occasion just because It's simple and it's kind of fun to edit in different applications on occasion. It keeps it kind of fresh and you're learning new things, and maybe this has a little something that the other one doesn't. I like the fact that you can, I don't know, I haven't really imported anything from Final Cut to the computer, from this to the computer, but I'm sure that comes into play a lot, and I'm sure the multicam plays a big part for a lot of people who utilize that. So 79%, 81%, 84%, and we are almost done. 93%, 94%, and then it will go into our camera roll and we'll have something that we kind of color graded and edited on our iPad Pro in Final Cut Pro. Save video. Okay, so this is at least a tutorial showing you from beginning to end exactly what we do. So here we go. Title, drop shadow, color grading a little bit, color temperature of the footage changed. Boom. We're not going to necessarily need to watch the whole thing, but you get an idea. We cropped the video. This doesn't look ideal. This was shot with the Osmo Pocket 3 in 4K. It actually is cool footage. Sharpened a little bit, blah, blah, blah. And yeah, that's it. Added the end transition and the audio fades out nicely. So I'm hoping this helps, guys. Aloha, boop, 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 shakas, and subscribe if you found this helpful. Let me know what you think of Final Cut Pro. Personally, DaVinci Resolve is definitely the power horse of anything video editing on your iPad Pro, but we now have something else in our toolkits. So that's it, guys. Peace. Bye.